going to start planting some of the spring bulbs that I've ordered. So I've already planted a few irises. I'm going to plant these special irises today. Let me show you. These are called breezing. They're tall and bearded, 39.5 inches. Look at how gorgeous they are. I think they're going to be really fun to watch. They come from a store that specializes almost exclusively in irises, and each year they produce more and different kinds of irises, hybrids of already existing irises. So the catalog is really like a museum catalog. It's beautiful. It's like an art book. So what I need for this is, of course, I'm going to use my gloves. I have this because I'm going to dig up the soil a little bit and make it loose. I'm using the shovel because I have to dig down about 6 inches, although they'll be pretty close to the top of the surface. And then I'm going to try using my knee pads today because I want to kneel and really dig into the ground. Here we go. Here are the 2 breezing irises planted. You plant them, bulb down with the roots facing down and the little fans facing up. They go in just enough to cover the bulbs, and that's it. You might want to ask, for example, do they require sun or shade? And the answer is they're so flexible. They love the sun, but they'll tolerate a little bit of shade as well. And here's the one thing that I learned, and that is that you should spread bulbs you should plant them in masses, not spread out. So last year I planted my irises spread out. I'll show you. I have 2 irises there, which was smart. I planted 2 of the same kind there. But then if we go over here, I planted a couple here. I planted 1 here. And in fact, irises and bulbs of all kinds, daffodils, tulips, you get more bang for your buck if you plant them in drifts because they're such a lovely, lovely pop of color. So I would suggest if you buy bulbs and you buy them, 4 or 5, that you plant them in the same space. So I planted these 2 in the same space because they're the same kind of bulb. I wish I would have bought more, but they were very expensive actually because they come from this special company and they were hybrids, so I only bought 2. At any rate, that's the iris planting. Now on to the alliums. So I'm about to plant the allium, but I wanted to show you this little chart that I received with the bulbs, and it's a depth planting chart for bulbs, and it shows you that you can actually have color in your garden with bulbs the whole season long, beginning with early spring, mid-spring, late spring, early summer, midsummer, late summer, and summer through fall. So that's nice to know if you are industrious. I don't have that many bulbs in my garden, although one day maybe. I wanted to show you specifically the bearded iris, which are the ones that I'm currently planting. The depth chart here says at the most 2 inches. But if we look over here at the allium, which I'm going to plant right now, the depth chart says a little bit deeper. I'm planting this kind of allium, which is just sort of a more generic, mine's called a gladiator allium. This is the allium giganteum. I ordered some of those, but I'm not sure they're coming, so we'll see. But at any rate, so this is more like 4 inches, 4.5 inches. So here's the allium bulbs. Now allium are actually a kind of onion. They're in the onion family. And so they smell like onions actually. But we always, the rule of thumb is that you plant bulbs root side down and pointy side up. The problem with these is you can see they don't really have a point. They have a root but not a point. So we'll plant them this way. So I'm going to put them here. I'm going to plant them in a little bit of a drift It'll be in the front of the garden here. I'll show you what it's going to be in front of. Alright, so the allium are planted, but let me show you around the allium. I have a firecracker plant here, which I had to cut back. The lavender, which I will cut back significantly soon in the fall. The artichoke plant here, which just goes crazy pants during the summer. But that'll be after, I think, the allium bloom, but in any case, I will keep him cut back. I wanted to show you this other bush right here. He's very nondescript. He's called Heavenly Bamboo. It's kind of a filler plant in the garden, and he needs a lot of trimming, but he's nice because he provides green, and also you can see he's changing colors as the season changes colors. So it's a little bit of interest in a filler plant in the garden. So that's the home where the alliums will be. Good luck to them!